Hi guys and welcome to another video. Last weekend we had great weather here in the UK and Claire and I decided we were going to make the most of it. It was really bright and sunny and that meant I could use my favourite film, a film I've not used since about mid-December. That is Cinestill 50D. I absolutely love the colours it produces and the bright sunny weather meant I could get away with shooting a 50 ISO film. So knowing that I was going to be shooting Cinestill 50D, that meant I was going to have to at times rely on some quicker lenses, so that meant the camera of choice for the trip was the Leica M6, where I could use the 28mm Ultron with a speed of f2 and the 50mm Nokton to get away with them low ISOs if the sun did decide to disappear. It also wouldn't feel right to leave home without my newest addition, the Fuji X100V, so this also came with me, and I found out over the weekend that these two make an absolutely cracking combo. In terms of photography, the walk wasn't really that great. It was lots of open fields and covering a lot of distance. There was little in terms of subject. It was so nice to be out in the sun, something that we've literally not seen much of so far this year. It felt very spring-like and I can't wait for more weather like it. Quite a few of the images come out really saturated. Here's a few examples of them now. I'm pretty sure it's where I'm swaying too far to underexposure, but these photos are so hard to save and post that, to be honest, most of the time I just give up. It's one of my few downsides with this film and I just need to remember to sway more towards overexposure when using it. In terms of camera settings, I generally shoot this as a 25 ISO film just so that I'm always overexposing at least one stop, even if I go for what the light meter says. After the walk we headed back to my house, and because of the lovely sunny weather we decided to have a bit of a barbecue, and whilst we were sat at the table the light was kind of low, starting to set, and it was coming through to where we were sat and hitting like a bright green beer bottle, and I couldn't help but take the opportunity to have a little play with some of the Fuji in-camera film emulations. Honestly, look how cool these JPEGs are. See, these are unedited, straight out of camera JPEGs. Let me know what you think. Honestly, if you hate editing photos, Fuji might be the answer for you. I think I'm gonna end up using this camera quite a lot for my Instagram page where I just wanna quickly snap a photo. I don't wanna spend forever editing it, and then I just send it to my phone and upload it. The following day, we had a little bit of a slow start and we went to get a coffee at Starbucks, and it was whilst we were sat in the car and I was just kind of randomly pointing my camera around taking shots that I realised that I kind of missed having close focusing distances. So predominantly shooting Leicas, the closest you can get is about 70 centimeters. Some lenses like the Voigtlanders go to maybe 50 centimeters. You lose the rangefinder pairing, but you can still use live view. Whereas the Fuji is 10 centimeters. And it's just sat around in the car taking quite random shots really. A shot of the coffee cup and a shot of my paddle shifters on my Clio. And I think the reason I hadn't realised I missed it was I would never take those photos normally on film. I would look at my coffee cup and think, I'm not taking a photo of that. That film literally costs money and I just wouldn't take the shot. Whereas having this little guy with me and just taking those images, they might seem like quite pointless images, but they're great for uploading, again, to things like Instagram. They're kind of that lifestyle, just uploading things as you go. Later that evening though, the sunset was so hard to resist that we couldn't help ourselves and we donned the wellies and headed out for another walk. I think the Cinestill come out so well here, partly due to how the film renders and partly due to just how good the light was on the day. They look very similar to when I shot Cinestill previously. Back in December on this channel when we went to Virginia Water. The images look very similar and I absolutely love that. Some people might look at these images and think the halination kind of ruins them a little bit. Personally, I still really like the halinations. I think they had quite a nice twist, something that you can't really emulate with digital. I think one thing I'm not too sure about with the halinations though is what it does to skin tones. Like skin tones start to look like they're glowing, slightly red. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. I think it's a lot down to taste. You can see it in some of the images that I took that evening. thing that I have really come to appreciate as well with the Fuji X100V is how easy it is to hand the camera to someone else and for them to take pictures of you. As a photographer, and I'm sure it's the same for many of you, I've got hundreds of photos of just about all of my friends and family, but I have almost no pictures of myself, where it's actually quite hard to hand someone a Leica and say, can you take a picture of me with this? And Claire's been really enjoying using this camera, and I can already see the benefits to myself as well, in that she took some really quite nice photos of me, some that have ended up being my profile picture on social media. So all in all, I had a lovely weekend. The weather was amazing, and to me, this is what photography is all about. It was a fun trip out that was aided by two cracking cameras. It's quite literally my idea of a fun weekend. And what I did find out over the weekend, that these two cameras really do complement each other really well, and I look forward to taking them both out and shooting with them again. It's so handy to have the diversity of the X100V and at the same time have that classic feel and shoot film on the M6. And I know I'm quite fortunate to have these two cameras, and I definitely felt that way last weekend. If you've liked the images in this video, please consider following me along on Instagram. I'll put my handle up here somewhere. And if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.